Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I have another library book sale haul for you guys. So stay tuned. All right everyone, so my dad went to a library sale at a school in his area. They had a fill a bag for $10 sale, and my dad grabbed me a couple bags of books to try to help support the library and also help support my channel. So thank you so much, Dad, for that. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys these books. As you can see from the thumbnail, there's quite a few of them. They came from a middle school book sale, so a lot of these are middle grade books. I'm not sure if you will be interested in that or not. If not, you know, so you can click away. But let's go ahead and jump into it for those who are interested. So first up, we have Shivers, the Awful Apple Orchard. This is book number 7. I have never read any of these, but it sounds like something that I might be into for a quick little spooky read. All right, so next in this stack, we have the 11th Plague. I have never heard of this, but hopefully it'll be good. It is a scholastic book. You can pause and read if you're interested. I haven't actually looked and read through, you know, what these are or anything, so we're finding them out together. Next up, we have a Tokyo Pop manga, Avalon High Coronation. This is volume 1 by Meg Cabot. So I have read Meg Cabot books, but I have not read this series or seen any mangas with her at all. So that'll be interesting. Next in the stack, we have a graphic novel called Cleopatra in Space, Book 1, Target Practice. You can tell this was a school grade book. I do not believe this used to be a library copy because I don't see stickers on it, but it's in rough shape, like it's been in a book bag and well loved. But I am glad to add that to my collection. So next up, we have The Serpent Shadow by Rick Riordan. I do not believe I have this one, but I could be wrong. I am working on collecting all of these. This is book 3 in the Kane series. Rick Riordan has a lot of books. I haven't read any of them yet because I don't like to read a series till I get them all. But I will check and see if I have that and either keep it or unhaul. If I end up having anything in here, it will end up in an unhaul video and I will find a home for it. So next up, we have Eden's Wish. I've never heard of this either, but it does say it's a Disney book. I do like collecting the Disney books. So it has yellow end pages, and since this one was an old library book, it did have some tape on it, but here is what that looks like inside. Next, we have Schooled. Never heard of this either, but it says it's a Disney book. So there is that. I will read more into these after I'm done filming because we have a big stack to get through. Next, we have World's Most Bone-Chilling True Ghost Stories. So that sounds like something that would be good for like a Halloween quick read spooky video. If you guys are interested, I did do videos for Halloween. I did vlogs every day back in 2024. So if you want to look at that, go ahead and check out my playlist for that. Next up, we have The Last Apprentice, Revenge of the Witch. Again, this is something I've never heard of, but this is a book 1, which is good because sometimes when my dad sends me books, they are just random numbers and I don't have the others. All right, so next in this stack, we have Fright Time number 9. So I do have a bunch of Fright Time books, and I believe that I do have number 9. I think I'm missing like a couple at the end of the series, but my nephew would probably enjoy this, so that will probably be unhauled to him. Next up, we have a Fear Street book, Fear Street Super Chiller, and it is Broken Heart. So Valentine's Day can be a killer. Definitely am interested in that. I have a collection of R.L. Stine books, and it is growing, so I didn't have that one. I'm super happy to have that to add to the collection. Next, we have Beatrice Zinker Upside Down Thinker. I don't know what this is, but again, it is a Disney book, and that's probably why my dad grabbed it. So it looks like this is probably book number 3 to a set, and I don't have any of the other ones, but here is what the end pages look like. They have lobsters on them. Then we have a cassette tape etched in there, and that's what it looks like on the side. Excuse me, guys. So next up we have Christopher Pike's Spooksville, The Haunted Cave. I do have some Christopher Pike books, but I don't have any to this set, and this is its number 3. Hopefully that won't make a difference, but I have some like large bind-ups of Christopher Pike books that I got from Books A Million. Next up, we have R.L. Stine's Ghost of Fear Street, and this is Fright Christmas. The Christmas Carol will scare the dickens out of you. So I definitely didn't have this one either, and again, I am working on collecting these, so that will be good to add to the collection. I'm glad that he found that. Next up, we have Kim Possible's Showdown at Camp. Let's see. Wanna Weep. I couldn't tell what that said through the camera. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, my sinuses are draining a little bit. So here is that. I didn't have any Kim Possible books growing up, but I have a lot of Disney books, so that'd be nice to add to that. Next, we have R.L. Stine's Goosebumps, How I Got My Shrunken Head. I don't believe I have this one. This says it's book number 39. And as I've said multiple times, I am trying to collect the R.L. Stine books. Next up, we have a Lizzie McGuire Super Special, a totally hottie summer. I'm pretty sure I read all of the Lizzie McGuire books growing up. Lizzie McGuire came out when I was in school, and I had the books. I used to get them like every week or so that they had came out with my allowance when I went into Walmart. So next up, we have R.L. Stine's Goosebumps, Let's Get Invisible. I possibly have this one. It sounds familiar. I'll have to check again. There will probably, wow, a Kmart sticker that tells you how long ago this is from. I will probably end up with an unhaul video after this video because I'm pretty sure there's some stuff in here that I already have. So next up we have The Haunting of Derek Stone, The Ghost Road. I've never heard of this one. This says it's book number 4. So there is that. And I will add that to my little spooky middle grade section. Next, we have the Baker Street Mysteries, book number 2, The Giant Rat of Sumatra. And again, this is something I've never heard of, but I like mysteries and stuff, so I'll add that to that collection. And then finally, in the first stack, we have Star Wars Jedi Quest, The Master of Disguise. So technically this could kind of go with your Disney collection, even though it wasn't Disney at the time it was published. But this says it's book number 4, and I don't have any of the other ones, but that's okay. So that was the end of the first stack. So let's go to this middle stack here. First we have Who Stole Halloween by Martha Freeman, and this is another Scholastic book, and again, most of these are probably going to be middle grade since they came from a middle school library book sale. But I'm sure that'll be a nice little Halloween vlog kind of read. Next up, we have Artemis Fowl, The Eternity Code. So I have some of these books, but I'm pretty sure I didn't have this one. It doesn't look familiar to me. I'm not sure how many I'm missing, but I'm pretty sure I don't have that one. Next, we have It's Not Easy Being Green and Other Things to Consider, Jim Henson, The Muppet and Friends. So this is just like a small little book. It's not in the best condition, but it's got white end pages and it's green and white on the edge with the gold foiled writing. It's got deckled edges. So, I guess this could also go to my Disney collection, even though at the time it was published, I'm sure it wasn't Disney from looking at it, but it looks pretty short and simple. It looks like it'd be a quick read. Alright. Alright guys, sorry about that. I'm going to try not to sniffle and stuff too much in the video. It is March 5th as of filming this of 2025, and we're having weird weather in Virginia. I've got, you know, days that are really cold, and then we've had, you know, snow, then we've had hot days where it was like almost 70 in February, and it's just been crazy. So I'm sorry, my sinuses are draining really bad. But next up, we actually have the same book in here twice. This is Schooled Again, which was that Disney book, but this one is in way worse shape, definitely. So I will be unhauling that copy, but possibly unhauling it to my niece because it's probably something she would like. Oh, I guess we have 3 copies. 3 copies of this book. Well, obviously this was a school set. Okay, well, I will pick the best looking one out of the 3 and keep one and unhaul the other 2. Next up, we have another R.L. Stine book, and this is Ghost of Fear Street number 30. I was a 6th grade zombie, Class of the Living Dead. So that's got like a weird old school computer looking image on the front of it. But again, I didn't have this, so I'm glad to add that to collection. Next up, we have a manga again. So this is The Water Dragon's Bride, and it says it is book number 3. So I don't know. I've never heard of this series, but I'm glad to add that to my manga collection. Next up, we have Kingdom Hearts manga, and this says Kingdom Hearts 2. I think that's a number 1 under the school sticker. This isn't in the best of shape, but could be worse. Yes, let's see. So I can't see a volume anywhere on here. I think it's volume 1 though. It's too bad that the library copy is like well loved, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure that's a 1. But okay, so I do have a Kingdom Hearts manga. I don't know if it's actually in the same set or not, because this one says Kingdom Hearts 2. But I will add that into my collection and find out. Glad to have that. Next up, we have Sanity and Tallulah. Not sure what this is at all, but it's a Disney hypertension book again. So another Disney book, and this one's actually a graphic novel. So happy to add that into my collection. Next up, we have another manga. This one is Wicked Lovely Desert Tales Challenge, and this is book number 2. So again, I don't have the other book and I've never heard of this one, but glad to add that into my collection. Next, we have Undertown, and again, this is one I've never heard of, but this is a book number 1, so that's good at least. And again, you can tell, like, some of these were actually from the library itself. It looks like they were getting rid of them to make space, and others, I think, were ones that might have been donated to the school sale. But next up, we have Ladder Top. Okay. Hard to see when I'm filming through the camera. Sometimes I gotta look around the camera to see, but this is book number 1. It looks like another manga I've never heard of, but interesting, and we'll throw that into my collection. Okay, so here is book number 3 of Wicked Lovely Desert Tales, Resolve. I don't know if number 1 will be in here or not, but if not, I'll have books 2 and 3. All right. Sorry guys, I'm sitting on the floor. If you heard that pop, that was my hip. I don't normally film down here anymore because it really hurts my body, but there was too many books to use my desk. Next up, we have The Tarot Cafe. And this is, again, another manga. This is number 1, which is good. And I've never heard of this one either, but I will look at them later. Next in the stack, we have Translucent, and this looks like it is a number 1. Again, another one that I have never heard of, but we you know, I will look into like all these again when I'm done. I keep repeating myself, sorry guys, but now we have Skip Beat number 1. This feels sticky. I don't know if they took tape. It feels like they probably took tape off of it. It's in a spot where tape would be. I actually think I have a couple Skip Beats possibly on my shelf. I think I got some from Goodwill or something, but I can't see them from down here, so I'm not sure. And I don't know what numbers I would have, but you know, I'll either keep this or not, depending. We'll see. Next, we have Vampire High. I have never heard of this, but you know, who doesn't like a good vampire story? So I will go ahead and add that to my collection. We're almost to the bottom of the second stack. So next is Trapped in a Video Game, Robots Revolt. And it says it's number 3. I have no idea what this is. I was thinking it was going to be a graphic novel, but it's not. I will have to look into that. If I don't find it interesting, I will unhaul that to my nephew. He likes video games. I mean, so do I, but you know, that looks like it'd be more on his level. So next in the stack, which this is the last one of the second of the 3 stacks, is J.K. Rowling's The Casual Vacancy. I do believe this was one that was donated. I don't think this is one that the middle school library would have had. I'm thinking that's probably what it is, but it's got like this deep orange end page, and it's got the gold foiling on the side. There is, if you can see that, an engraving on the front of the book. I have read the Harry Potter series. I have not read anything else by J.K. Rowling, so we'll see. Might read it, might not. Probably though. Probably add it to my collection. So now we are getting into the final stack finally. Sorry, I know this one's going to be a long one, guys. Hopefully you're hanging in there and enjoying it. So first in this stack, we have Marie Lu's A Legend novel, and this one's Prodigy. I have some Marie Lu books. I don't know how many there are to this series, but I do believe I have this one. I think mine's in better shape. So again, this will probably become a book to go to my pile to get unhauled. And I'm not sure if that's something that my niece or nephew would like. My niece is younger, my nephew is a little older, but I don't believe this would be something for either of them. Excuse me, guys. I have a friend that might want it. So this one is Marie Lu's A Legend novel, Champion. Again, I'm not sure if I have this or not. So this has red end pages, and it's got gold writing on the side. I didn't show you this one, I don't believe. So this one inside is blue, and this is what the book looks like under the dust jacket. These were definitely old library copies. You can see where they did a decent job getting the stickers and stuff off, but they're still kind of in rough shape. I will have to check my shelf. I'm not sure, but speaking of, last one here, Marie Lu's Legend. So again, I'm not sure which ones I have and don't have. I'll have to look and see. Definitely expect a unhaul video coming probably after this one at some point, because I do believe some of these won't be staying. Next up, we have Riverdale's Get Out of Town. So I love Riverdale and the Archie comics. Glad to add that into my collection. Definitely didn't have that. Next up, we have The Death Cure in the Maze Runner series. So I do have some of these, and I'm unsure if I have this one or not. I will have to check and see again. Off the top of my head, I really don't know. All right. Almost done, guys, which is good because my body's killing me sitting on this hardwood floor. I have real hardwood, and it is hurting my body. All right, so we have 3 Terrifying Tales from the Midnight Library. This is Endgame. So I believe I have another Midnight Library book on my shelf, but it's definitely not this one, and I haven't read the other one yet. So that would be good to add to my little spooky collection. Next, we have some hardback mangas. This is volume 12 of Cirque de Freak. I have a lot of Cirque du Freak, and I think I'm going to end up having all these. Now, mine aren't hardcovers, but obviously my copies are going to be in better shape than these library copies, so I will probably unhaul these to my nephew. But we have volume 7, and I'll show you that a little better. All right, then we have, ooh, okay. We have Sticking. We have volume 4. I'm not even sure how many of these there are, but I believe I have like books 1 through 11 to 12, maybe, something like that. This one is a softback, but this is volume 10. So again, I do actually have these. Oh boy. Definitely have Sticking, where they tried to peel the library stickers off. So this one's volume 6. And then we have volume 5. And I mean, they would be great, but unfortunately I do have them, and I think I'd rather keep my other copies. All right, sorry guys, there might be an angle change, but I got a phone call. So we are almost done, just a few more here. Next in the stack, we have the Hardy Boys 165, Crime in the Cards. I don't think I have this one. It doesn't look familiar. If you've been around the channel for a while, you know I'm also collecting the Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew books. So glad to add that in because I'm pretty sure I don't have it. Next up, we have When a Killer Calls, a haunting story of murder, criminal profiling, and justice in a small town. So again, I would think this would be more of an adult book. I don't think this was actually part of the middle grade library set. Next, we have Disney's The Never Girls, A Dandelion Wish. This is book number 3. I actually have a book that's 3 in 1 of this, but I can give this to my niece. So that will be unhauled to her. Next up, we have a Wishbone, and this is Wishbone's Super Mysteries number 1, The Halloween Joker. I grew up watching Wishbone. I don't know if they still play that in school, but we would occasionally watch Wishbone in school, and I actually have one other Wishbone book on my shelf that I haven't read yet, and it's kind of like a spooky theme too. So again, a lot of these will be good for my Vlogoween. So again, if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and check that out, where I did a whole video series for that this past Halloween. Next in the stack, we have Miley Cyrus, Miles to Go. And again, this is another Disney book, and I didn't have this one. So I am glad to add that in with my collection. It's in pretty good shape. And then finally, guys, we have made it to the bottom of the stack, and we are ending with Riverdale, The Maple Murders. So again, I did watch the show and I liked it, and I didn't have any Riverdale books, so I am glad to add this in. All right, guys, let me try to get all this back into frame. But thank you all so much for watching. If you could, please leave the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And you can go ahead and check out my playlist. Like I said, I have a bunch of playlists on my channel. I have the Vlogoween ones if you're interested in that. I have tons of book haul videos. A couple others were actually library videos. And then just some in general book hauls. I also have book of the month box openings, and I do end up getting more than just like the book of the month most of the time. At this point, I have been picking extra books where I didn't have a membership before, and they have other stuff that I would like to get. I also do TikTok shorts, as long as TikTok stays a thing. Like I said, it is March 5th of 2025, so sometime next month is when that's supposed to be decided if it's staying or going. I have not heard anything else about it, so I don't believe there's been a decision made yet. Don't quote me on it, because again, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think there has. But as long as that is around and a thing, I will make the TikTok shorts as well. People do seem to genuinely enjoy those. And there's all sorts of other stuff on my channel as well. I have a lot of Disney content. I have a bunch of trading card pack openings. I also have movie hauls, video game hauls, bookshelf tour. I have a movie shelf tour, board game shelf tour, all sorts of things. So please do stick around and subscribe. I would genuinely appreciate it, and it's 100% free. Please hit that thumbs up. If you ring the notification bell, if you're interested, it will let you know when I post new videos. I do post videos weekly, and I still have tons of book content and other stuff to come. So thank you all again so much for watching. If you're still here, leave me a comment of a book. So that way I know you were still here and made it through the whole entire haul. And if you want to talk to me about any of these, go ahead and leave me the comments. I do respond to comments. And thank you all again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye guys!